Yes. Guilty Gear. The game that's not afraid to say, I love Kissy Kissy Goo Goo and Skull Squisher, with its fusion of anime and metal aesthetics. But just how important is the music in a fighting game anyway?
Let's rock.
Okay. The answer is very. But, which songs are the most important to me? Well, let's find out with the top 10 songs in Guilty Gear Strive. Coming in at number 10 and boasting the catchiest chorus in Guilty Gear Strive has gotta be Rock Parade. What I love about this track is that it really highlights his optimism over anything else. Anji's theme takes us on a simple journey of an inquisitive soul who chose to seek out answers behind events relating to the demise of his people. Exposing those culprits and unifying the world in its celebration are among some of his motivations in his quest for truth.
Sweets and loud music, and I don't lie with no child sweets. That night then will give me a lifetime of happiness. Words I want to turn into facts.
Very fitting of Anji to sit at the bottom of the list though. Poor guy. Alright, number 9 is going to be the symphonic hair metal cut Love the Subhuman Self. It's already hard enough trying to piece together just 10 of this game's best tracks, but what Millia's theme does for her in its tone lands it right here. She's really going through it in this game, and the dirty vocals accompanied by the soft tones of the clean vocals convey this inner struggle perfectly. You know, I'm glad that Millia is learning to love herself because I don't. Her theme is really cool though. With its funk rock vibes, Trigger spirals in at number 8. As a newcomer to the series, we don't really know too much about Giovanna, but it's clear to see by her track that she's about keeping her peace and keeping it pushing. I can't get enough of this Red Hot Chili Peppers / Beastie Boys influence that there is in this song. Man, I really just want to pet that dog. Leading the way with chugs and riffs that hit just as hard as he does, The Kiss of Death drops in at number 7.
It's not a big deal. We can handle it.
In this behemoth typhoon, Gold Lewis gets right to the point in an explosive way. He's the Secretary of Absolute Defense. He's a patriot. He gets the job done. No frills or fluff with this guy.
Now it's your turn. Can't got your time. I'm for.
Remember, kids, always be the American that the Japanese think you are.
Tell me about Faust.
A lone infection creeps into number 6. Okay, before I dig into this one, I gotta say that my favorite slice of metal is progressive simply because this genre is almost its own language when it comes to storytelling, and this cut is a prime example of that. The pulse-pounding percussion paired perfectly to panic chords at the beginning of the verse set the stage for anxiety and fear that quickly pivot into uncertainty and unease when the bass is stripped away, leaving us with a few ragtime-esque bars before leading us back into the chorus. Well, you know, mostly unharmed anyway. hey, you good? Don't worry, I gotcha. And so does the song, because you see, after getting it so tense and anxious, the song realizes it's time to give you a break with a somber bridge that's got clear shades of Radiohead's No Surprises written all over him. But I don't know, something feels off. It's not a happy place we go to, and for all you Tom York fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you see, that is the true beauty of this piece. Faust himself is showing us the world as he sees it, and he's wondering what it would look like through brighter, more hopeful eyes. At this point, the hook comes in to really drive home exactly what Faust is all about. Mental illness and all. Somebody please give my man a hug. Soul Bandit bringing the heat with number 5. Find your one way.
Strike back! Get them out of your way! You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice! Strike back!
Alright, listen. Sometimes the track bangs because it tells a rich story about a character, and sometimes it's because it just makes you feel like you're winning a bar fight, man. Soul Bad Guy is a simple man with a simple message. Don't get in my way and you won't get hurt. His theme captures all of his energy straight away, and there really isn't anything more I feel like I need to say about this one. Making its mark as number 4 on this list, Mirror of the World.
In the light, that's my it's never over yesterday.
Alright, the chanting goes so hard because her shtick is that there's always like a long poem for her intro and outro, and I love how clean it sounds in her song. Also, remember Anji? You know, Mr. Optimistic, happy-go-lucky protag, right? Well, BAKEN, she's more like the Sasuke to his Naruto. Her story starts out with her hunting and killing and being all like, yeah, okay, no one's gonna forgive me, so I'm just gonna roll with it.
If that's what you call my, I must be a demon. God knows that no voice can be heard by the damned.
Then she starts going nuts and isolates herself because, you know, yeah, again, Sasuke.
I don't need your sympathy. Why won't anyone leave me alone?
But she kind of mellows out and eventually starts being like, damn, if only I wasn't being so rude to everybody and maybe somebody would get some boba with me or something.
If I had a comrade, I wonder what I would tell them. Yes, I knew the answer. Don't stand still, my vengeance will be sacrificed. And kill the pain. The hardest road lies ahead. I will be a mirror of the world.
This theme places attack in the final major story beat to BAKEN's life, bringing it full circle and effectively making her a far more compelling character. Oh, she definitely needs a hug too, but I'm not getting anywhere near that demon. At number 3, it's going to be the Hero King's call to action, The Roar of the Spark.
Under the sacred fires, never stop, just go. I don't care how many more gather.
I I had a vision of exactly where on this list this song would land, and I could not have been more right. An inspiring song about leading the charge to a better future. What's not to love? It's cool that the lyrics reflect Kai's self-doubt because he's also the type of person to question his own decisions, and that little bit of humility is exactly what sets him apart from arrogant Mr. Bad Guy.
I don't know what's right for the world. Oh, I may have lost my way. There's no reason to doubt it now. So what do I have to feel?
A true anime opening track. The song about one man's struggle against a cold and unforgiving world. Coming in at number 2 is easily the heavy hitter armor-clad Faith.
I'm a cloud of faith.
No other track does characterization quite like this theme right here. Kai's theme is really cool because it's also about igniting the spark of rebellion for a better future, but man, there is a stark difference in weight to that endeavor when it comes from Pretty Boy Kai versus the efforts of a man deeply entrenched in the throes of social inequality. The subtle progression during each hook tells a story of a man who first observes the cruelties of society around him.
I'm a fool. I know nothing. I may sound like a silly clown, but I won't turn my back on love.
Alright, check it. Then it talks about a dude getting up and actually doing something about it.
I'm a fool. I know nothing. I take the role of a silly clown, but I won't turn my back on life.
Okay, hold on. I gotta sit down because the final hook of this song ends with the disillusionment of our hero reaching its climax. This dude feels the weight of his efforts failing to make the change that he had hoped for, culminating in an internal struggle, one of which he does break free from to a realization that the true nature of change actually comes from fighting the good fight, even if it means you don't get to live to see the positive impacts of those efforts. The hard truth sets in because sometimes you're the spark that ignites a kingdom, and sometimes you're just the first man to rise up, the first one to take action, the first domino to fall. You won't get to see the light of a brighter tomorrow, but without the efforts of that first light, man, no one will.
I'm a fool, maybe worthless, but it's the word created my faith. So all I do is take a whirl and pray. It took me 10 years to find the answer to something I forgot about it in 2 seconds.
The number 1 spot goes to the cheerfully nihilistic anthem, Drift.
I drift tonight, carried by the waves. I will just be a black sea. I drift tonight and find I the one and the infinite one.
Alright guys, we made it. We're here. This track is without a doubt my favorite because the main motif of Guilty Gear Strive is mankind's inability to contend with its own imperfections, often shifting blame to cope with an external locus of power. Happy Chaos is the embodiment of this sentiment turned to 11, making him the perfect antagonist in a story chock full of characters fighting the good fight and seeking meaningful change to the world around them. His theme? You kidding me? It captures this feeling perfectly in its erratic tempo and tonal shifts throughout the piece. Happy Chaos isn't interested in achieving a grand change in society, nor is he even trying to disrupt the status quo. In his own words, he only exists as a statistical probability of things that may or may not be. But you see, there's a method to the madness, and the proof is here in the shift to a beautiful piano piece that calms down the chaos preceding it and gives way to a more subdued chaos. One that convinces you that the ends truly do justify the means, that it is in the utter helplessness of indiscriminate chaos that causes humans to bloom in diverging paths. Paths that, if cut short, would only rob humanity of the full weight of their emotions.
Can you hear it? The pulses of the living. The ironic rhythm is a grand orchestra. It's never the same tone. Who wants to stop this? There can be. When the violent storm is over, blue sky is more beautiful than ever. You see, I want that, that's all I want.
Where this track truly shines is right at the end, where Happy Chaos jumps in to ask you one final question. Well, you thought any of that was serious, bro? I was kidding. And that's gonna bring us to the end of the video, guys. Let me know down below what your guys' favorite track is from Strive and why you like it so much. See you guys in the next one.